Tim Albright with AVNation ISE 2026 in the Ross video booth with Martin Kuhn. How are you, sir?
Thank you. How are you doing today?
I am well. So, Ross Video, over the last 20 or so years, more than that actually, 50 years, you guys have really developed and evolved from simple switching into experiences.
100%.
So explain to folks, if they're not familiar with using Ross Video for the experience side, how do you guys do that?
So, as said, Ross has this very long legacy of switching products and generally signal distribution. I always like to say Ross is a button press company. You're used to pressing a button, you know something is going to happen, but that kind of leaves out a pretty large part of the market. For example, in a museum, you do not have staff in every exhibit to push a button to make something happen. That's where the experiential side comes in. We automate, we combine different technologies to create experiences and in essence tell stories. So imagine you have a museum, there may be a motion sensor which detects that somebody has entered the lobby. We can switch the content, we can dim the lights, we can start a show, we create that unified experience which makes us experiential technologies.
So take me through that process. An IT manager and a decision maker has an idea. They have a dream. And from that idea, walk me through concept all the way through working with the partner, working with you guys, and getting it to fulfillment.
That's a challenging one. So if you look at our product portfolio, in essence, we can cook it down to two things, vision and trust.
Okay.
We have two people we talk to. We have the creatives, they have the vision. They want to create something which nobody has ever done before. It has to be cutting edge, it has to be unique, it has to engage people. And then we have the operational people saying, okay, we need this to work. We need it to work every day. That's trust. So we're constantly in this kind of dual system of going cutting edge, what can we possibly do, but still maintaining operational security and make it happen every day. So we kind of have two discussions happening at the same time, and in a lot of cases we're kind of the in-between counselor between the two parties. Okay, this is a really great idea, but why don't we do this first, but we can make sure we can do it every day. That's where we are in, but it's a very close relationship. We are always very happy if we can get on board very early, because the earlier you can bring technology into a creative process, the more you can leverage your investment.
Well, I was actually going to ask you that question, is where should either the integrator or the IT manager bring you in? When should they start talking to Ross about some of these ideas?
So we always say as early as possible. It's not that we have to hold hands the whole way, but we're always there to kind of get a second opinion, be a sparring partner. We have a lot of clients who kind of talk and say, hey, we have this idea, let's talk about feasibility. And then say, okay, great. In 2 months you don't hear from them, and after 2 months, hey, we've redeveloped it. Let's talk about this idea now. And so it's being part of the creative process, but also not losing that perspective of being outside, because we are not in our client's shoes, which has a good benefit as well. So we can see things differently, and we can also present ideas which maybe the client is not capable of thinking of because they're just in their creative tunnel. So we see ourselves as partners in that process.
All right, Martin, somebody wants to find out more about Ross Video, the broadcast side as well as the experiential side. How do they do that?
So I would always recommend check us out at rossvideo.com. Visit us on all the major trade shows, and if you ever see anyone running around with the Ross badge, talk to us. We're very happy to help you out.
All right, very good. Martin from Ross for us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv, and follow along as we bring you more videos from the show floor of ISE 2026. All that and more at avnation.tv. Avnation.tv.